and Megan.
Oh, what was we gonna talk about last night? Kenneka Jenkins.
Oh my gosh. So we watched the, what's it called? True Life Crime episode of Kenneka Jenkins on MTV. And I have to say, I am disappointed.
Very Neve.
I am disappointed.
I
definitely thought you would do more.
I kind of felt like Neve used that black boy as a token black boy, because why was Neve over the show?
Yes.
Why was Neve over the show, but he didn't go do interviews or go do what he would usually do on his own show?
Right.
That didn't make sense.
Right, himself. He sent somebody else.
A black
right. So
guy.
we need to watch the other episodes to see, does he do the investigating himself? That's how we can tell. Because there's more episodes. Do any of the episodes he do?
No, Neve wasn't doing any of them. It was only one. Oh, no, those other ones are not all Kenneka. That was just
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. If he investigates any of the other ones, any of the true crime things.
But I don't think Neve usually does true crime. I think he only did it for Kenneka's. I thought he did.
It's a whole show, like a whole TV series that got episodes.
That's it's a true live show, but I didn't know that he hosted normally. I thought he only hosted it for this, like,
no, I thought it was saying for that show coming out, because it got the boy that died, Junior, that got stabbed in that gas station. It got his episode on there too, and Neve was talking about it.
True Life been out, I thought. So I thought
True Life has been out, but not True Life Crime.
Oh.
True Life Crime is an entirely different show than True Life.
Oh, okay. We gonna see, because Neve didn't say too much of shit.
Neve do all this fucking searching to find a fucking catfish about a bitch who lied that she was gonna be with you. But you can't do this for a girl who was murdered.
I kind of didn't like how the name was titled. What was it? Murder or tragic accident. Like, the moral of the story is, this is a spoiler alert, but moral of the story is that they just basically started off like her friends. This is their version, and we're gonna tell our version of what we think happened. Right. Their version is, and this is not the friends' version. This is what they showed on just the video. This is everybody's version. Everybody was included. The friends had their little party. It was Irene's birthday. She was having a party and everything. They don't even speak on Irene's situation happening in her glasses, which is the main thing that caught everybody's attention. They don't even speak on that. They don't speak on it. They don't really touch on what was going on in the background. Why we heard stuff like I need help, or I'm not drunk, and they don't talk about none of that. What's going on back there? They don't talk about it. I forgot we was over here too.
Girl, we on live too.
Hey, what's up? But yeah, so they don't talk about that, and they just go in there talking about like, well, she was too drunk to like stand and like function. And everybody was getting ready to go around 3 o'clock in the morning. And all the friends, which were the girls, they say, this is where the girls' part come in. All of them say that they walked out the door to leave, and they forgot Kenneka's phone. Mm-hmm. So everyone except for Kenneka went back in the room.
And now, mind you, we talking about at least 3+ females
to get someone else's phone.
One person's phone. It's not even their phone.
Their phone. All of them went back in. They say they left her out there for about 10 minutes. In this 10 minutes, no one comes back out to check on their friend that they said was so drunk. Neither does she just come back and open the door.
And then mind you, not checking on who leaves your stumbling, wobbling, drunk friend in the hallway with the hotel door closed. You leave her in a hallway.
If you were just getting her phone, why didn't you just get the phone with the door opened or anything?
Right.
Quickly. So they do that, and that is when they said
she disappeared.
She was gone. They lost her. How you lose her? She didn't get lost. How she get? I don't care how drunk you are. If you're standing right outside the door, how you get lost? Houseway. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. But they said she got lost. Then the police's and the hotel's part is that, well, she stumbled to 10 floors down from where they were. They didn't specify. I'm not sure if they specified if they were in the elevator, if she took the elevator, but they don't have footage of her.
This is a hotel, and they don't have no camera footage of none of this.
They don't have no footage of her getting on the elevator, but they have footage of her stumbling down the hallways, but no one else is in the hallways.
Just her by herself.
When they show footage of her friends looking for her,
you can see a whole bunch of people walking
in the hallways, and this is still 3, 4 in the morning. So they say she stumbled all the way down 10 floors and ends up in the basement, and they show footage of all this. and she walks into the freezer
by
herself and opens the door. And they said that the door was closed. Then they showed us a picture, which everyone saw the picture. The door was clearly open. They said she died because of hypothermia, and basically she was locked in there. When they showed the footage, her foot was hanging out of the door.
And her foot, think about it. If you know anything about crime shows, when they talk about that shit, rigor mortis sets in, where your body gets super stiff. Remember, her hands were like this. Meaning that even if the door was closed, that means her foot would have had to been up, because it was over the threshold, right? The door would have been pushing her foot up. Her foot would have stayed up because her body would have been in rigor mortis, because she died and she'd been there for hours. Her body, it would have been stiff like that, but it wasn't. Her foot was laid over the goddamn threshold.
Just
like somebody just laid her there, like
that's
literally.
where it been. So that's their whole story, and they said that it was no like signs of foul play, no signs.
Mind you, her ankles are bloody. Both
her clothes.
ankles.
I remember they didn't even show that part, but I remember her pants being unbuttoned and stuff. I remember that, like on the first videos we watched a long time ago. They didn't show that yesterday, and like she just looked, just really like drugged, like she'd been drugged on the floor and stuff. Like she looked dirty.
She looked like
and
her
everything.
body had been drugged. That's what the marks on her ankle, like someone had drugged her, literally.
And she put up a fight. Her family, so they basically made it a case closed. They didn't do rape kit. They didn't do anything. They just said there was no signs of any of that to do anything. So they made it a case closed. No one was guilty. No one was, a part of it. Basically, the hotel. Oh, we forgot the manager. This the key. This the key. So the mom calls whenever the friends call the mom actually around 4 a.m. after looking for her in the hallway, and they call the mom, and she calls the police at 7 a.m. and they tell her she has to wait. And it's really ironic. They only told her to wait for like 3 hours, because they said 10. Call back at 10 or 11.
Like 10 or 11. That's what they said.
That's weird, because usually they say 4 to 8 hours or something like that. It hasn't even been that long.
3 more hours. Give us some time to clean up.
3 more hours. Call us back in 3 more hours. So she calls back, and the police come up there and they do a search. They don't find her. They don't find anything. They leave. The parents stay up there and knock door to door to find her, and the hotel calls the police, and all they say is very vague, the mother of the daughter is here.
Literally, that's
knocking
all
on
they
doors.
said. And the police, when they say, okay, we're gonna have to come up there and look at the cameras.
But how did they automatically
just say
know
the mother of the daughter
who they were speaking of?
What mother of what daughter? When you call 911, you typically get a different 911 dispatcher person every time. You get a different person. So why would this person know who the mother of the daughter is if y'all ain't in cahoots on this shit?
So it's bigger than all this, y'all. It's really big. So the manager, when they come back, the manager is helping look this time, and this is on the footage. So they go down and they're in the basement. Finally, they didn't go in the basement any other times. This is the first time they went in the basement, and he walks in, and they're like already on this other side, and he walks in and goes straight into the freezer.
Like literally straight to where the body is.
They walk in and go this way, because you walk and you only go straight. He walks in and goes to the left and had to hit a curve and hit another curve, and
then
like
found the body.
And
so you mean to tell me you just stumbled upon that? Like, he didn't even look like he was looking and doing that. He went.
Keep in mind, guys,
to the body.
They have already announced this is a unused kitchen. This is a kitchen in the basement that they do not use anymore. So how is a freezer in the basement of a kitchen on if you don't use it? Also, it didn't look on, by the way. It didn't look like it had been used at all. So he stumbles over there, and he comes out all like, well, guys, I found the body. And they're like, oh. They all come stumbling in there, find the body, and basically, like it is, they said case closed, everything. He's probably, happy they found the body. So this is our point of view. This is what we think. We think from the beginning. Y'all forgot
that girl worked there.
Irene worked at that hotel. She worked at that hotel.